All right, we are live. At least I think we're live. Okay. So okay, hold up, man. Okay, okay. Now it's official. We are live. What's up, everybody? This is another episode of ComicsGate, episode 4, where we come here and we talk about the theory, all type of stuff, trying to separate facts from opinions and try to get to the truth in some way, some shape, some form. So I'm here with Mike Wheeler. What's up, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm glad you accepted to come onto the show. I may have Cynic come in later. He said he's busy right now. He's going to come in. Think about this. I want to bring you on the show because I was on the show and had a wonderful time with you and your wife on there. We talked about some things. We talked about your book. But you want to talk about your I think I saw you post something up called Boobs, and had an amphibian on the cover.
Oh, we've released like 4 different covers today that are going to be on the project. I can show it to you.
Yeah. Go ahead. If you can
Yeah.
like show it to me. Because I
I
don't.
should probably take out the one that's got a nipple showing.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I want to keep my channel.
All right, hang on. Take that one out of there.
Yeah. I'm having trouble with Kick, so we don't stream on Kick then. Yeah, we're going to leave Kick alone, just on be on Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
All right, we've got. Let's see. Open this up. I don't know if I can do it. Share a window in this thing or not. Let's see. No, it won't let me. Maybe. There's one. Window. There we go.
All right, you got it.
All right, so yeah, you've seen this one. That's the one that Mindy did, right?
Yeah, that's the one she showed. This is the new one. This is the new one.
That's Amphibious Robot, man. Amphibious
Okay,
Robot.
what was the inspiration behind this one?
Oh well, Amphibious Robot is a really cool robotic sex robot that comes,
Oh,
unassembled, and yeah,
okay,
uh,
all right.
they leave it at Gaylord's outside Gaylord's hotel room, and he assembles it, puts it together, and finds out how it works.
Okay. So this is artwork from who did the cover? Who drew the cover?
This is a Shaka Mike variant, man. I did this.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
freaking awesome, dude. That's
Yeah.
fucking awesome. All right. Wait. And this one you showed this one as well. So what?
This one is the Eric Trulai back hair cover, and it will come with real hair and a small pair of scissors, and it will come polybag so you can trim it yourself.
Okay. All right. Okay. Will it come poly back with a trading card?
I could, I could put a trading card in there if you really want it.
Okay, so this is okay,
That's
Lady Death Strike.
no Lady Meth. Lady Meth. Let's not get sued.
All right. Okay. You said it was four.
And of course, you've seen this one,
I
and
saw that
think
one
you've
last
seen that
weekend.
one too. Yeah.
Oh, okay. We know what that one is. Okay, so okay, so these are the 4 variant covers of the book. Where the book coming out?
We'll probably launch it within the next week or so. It's on
Next week or
Kickstarter.
so. So okay, everybody, be on the lookout for the boobs. What issue is this? This is
number 3.
Number 3. Be on the lookout for boobs number 3, folks. Coming to a to your website, right?
Yeah.
Well,
it's gonna be on Kickstarter, and then we'll put it on the website after that.
All right, that's cool, man. Next question is how long have I want to ask you just a few no, just some couple of questions here. So how long you been doing comics, man? For real. How long you been doing comics?
We've been putting comics out probably now for about 2 years, almost 2 years.
2 years. So you've been self-publishing for 2 years.
Yeah.
And you only use what the internet, what your own website or
Yeah, we have a website, we have internet, we do in-person sales at conventions, shows, stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm just asking straightforward questions. Okay, so the thing is, like, you came on to the CG Church last weekend, and we had a wonderful discussion. and we also had a discussion, and then you left, and then we let this guy named Lawrence come on. And after Lawrence left, then while Lawrence was there, Ethan came in.
Right.
And it seems that you and Ethan have sort of kind of like a heated relationship. And not just with Ethan, it seems I found out that
I don't know why he was scared to talk to me. I tried to go in and talk to him after he.
Well, at that point in time, we don't try to
I know you don't try to, but
Yeah,
you flat out asked him, "Hey, can Mike come in?" And he flat out said, "No, I'm too scared." That's what he said.
It'd be the same thing if somebody asked to come on, and you say, if you were on the show, and you have the right to say no or yes. So if you don't want the person to come on, if somebody's in chat, you don't want them in there. Yeah, so it's all about respect to who's on, so we can keep it fair, so people know we don't like try to ambush people, because that's one thing that's a lot of these like talkie shows do, is they try to get the ambush. And I'm not aiming to ambush nobody. I'm not aiming to make somebody fight. The whole thing is about to get to.
Well, hey, I'll tell you right now, if Ethan pops on, he is more than welcome to come on here and talk to me at any time.
Yeah, and that's what we want to do. we want to build bridges. Try to build bridges. Try to put stuff. Try to get artists to do artful things, like collaborate and talk to one another and stuff like that. Yeah. So the one thing I want to talk to you about is something that I felt kind of important, and it's a question. Ruby should be here to ask this question, but he's doing his writery thing and writing stuff. So I will re-ask the question. So and hopefully I can get a follow-up to it. So Ruby asked you why you hated Ethan Van Scriber, and your response was that despite warning your wife about him, she approached him with an idea for an app to help ComicsGate creators with sales and promotions. Could you elaborate more on that?
Well, kind of like how what is it? Global Comics is.
Yeah, just Global Comics. Yeah, Global Comics was that.
That's kind of the idea. That's kind of what the idea was. And I think she basically asked him for his blessing, more or less. We didn't bring up money. We didn't talk about having him promote or anything like that. We were kind of just like saying, hey, this is kind of what I'm working on. Do you want to take a look at it? What do you think? That kind of thing. And I think he sent her a couple of messages saying, yeah, we should set up a meeting or something. And next thing we know, he's getting on the internet saying how my bitch wife is fucking clamoring for attention.
Yeah, I'm not laughing at you. It's straight beans. This is good, but could you to ambush? Yeah, no, I can't do that. I won't do that. No ambushing on my show. Okay, so you contacted him, and once again, you said told your wife don't do it, but I guess she was like really into the conservative thing of comics. I think it's one of the things that you said.
She thought it was a conservative movement, and she thought these people could be trusted, and I said no.
You was like no, and you saying no, they can be trusted because of what reason?
Well, because you look at EVS's history, and the stuff that he said in the past, the things that he has on his merchandise. His all caps logo is basically, someone saying, hey, let's party with the devil. I think it was an old comic strip back in the day. He's got a tattoo on his chest that looks like a fucking swastika.
Whoa. He has a tattoo on his chest like a swastika.
Yeah, well, it's his signature is kind of reminiscent of a swastika. And he has a tattatuu of his signature.
You've seen this tattoo?
Well, there's pictures of it, yeah.
Oh,
it's not hidden.
But have you went up to Ethan and he had his shirt off and you saw it?
I have never ripped Ethan's shirt off or seen him unclothed. No.
Okay, but you said there's pictures
gay.
of it. Yeah, it is gay. But you said
there's pictures floating around on the internet of it, and he's not denying it or anything. So yeah, there you go. Let's see what else. On the back of his trading card, he says Satan was one of his biggest influences.
Whoa!
In an interview, he straight up said,
Mike, hold up. What trading card was this?
Let me find it. I'll pull it up for you.
All right,
I
show
can
it.
show it on my laptop right
I
now.
want to see it. So,
We'll find it.
I want to ask more about the app too. So, what was the purpose of that? What was the app going to do?
Well, the app was going to be a platform where all the people in ComicsGate could upload their comics and get them distributed and stuff.
Okay, so you would have to have
Just
like
like I said, it's just like global comics. There
yeah.
wasn't much difference.
Okay, so it'd been like a server or something that would have to be involved, some type of place to keep all this data and personal information.
Of course, you would use Amazon Web Services and stuff that's public available that everybody else uses.
Okay, so I take it this app would make ordering the comic books more efficient than what's going on right now.
Well, I mean, wouldn't it?
I mean, I'm asking you. Are you trying to make it more efficient for people to get their hands?
Yeah. I mean, that's the ultimate goal is streamlining and efficiency. But and I think it is kind of an unrealistic expectation to try and get all of these unprofessional people to act professional and come together. We found out over time that trying to deal in this sphere of unprofessionals and indie guys, people that work on their own schedules, do things on their own time. It's kind of hard to get them to come together to do anything or even produce any content at all. Some of that stuff is really difficult to do. Mm-hmm. So, I'm kind of glad it didn't happen because it probably wouldn't have worked anyway.
Yeah. So get back to that about.
Hang on real quick. Share your screen.
Oh, okay. Oh, you got it. All right, great. All right. So,
there you go.
So, hey, let me pop this up a little bit bigger. It says place of birth, profile of Ethan Van Scriber, Utah, Mormon land influences. The guy who is from Iron Maiden, Dale Keown. Enough. He's a man. Reed Bridges. I hate myself. Jack Kirby. Satan. Yeah, I think this is a spoof. I think
maybe it is a spoof, but why is it even there?
I mean, it's probably there because like I did
I just saw everybody in ComicsGate go buck wild crazy over a fake Saska Sisters back tattoo. and all those fucking virtue signals flagged up, but y'all can't get behind this now. Come on,
I mean,
man.
I've heard.
Come on, man.
Well, no, Wheeler. Let me be honest with you. I've heard about the Saskas. I had debated somebody about the Saskas, and once again, I'll say it right here. Is I say the same thing I say about the Saskas, all the stuff around them. It's like this is something that's a spoof. This has to be a spoof. I don't believe
and the Saska Sisters were acting in a movie. There you go.
Well, yeah, I know what I said the same thing. They was some allegations against them, and like right now, I'm still in the process of trying to figure out.
And wasn't it Cynic that said, regardless of a spoof or not, I would never do that? Well, regardless of a spoof or not, I would never do that.
Right. Well,
there you go. He's also said his favorite book was the Communist Manifesto.
Where did he say that at?
You want to play that too? I can do that too. Hang on.
I mean, if he said it,
Here, I'll do it for you. I'll get it loaded up.
Stray Beans is basically saying Ethan is known to make jokes from time to time. So Ruby said he'll be home soon. Stray Beans says, I think it's an unrealistic idea to expect everyone to meet some level of purity at all times. People can say or do.
This is true. I agree with that.
Yeah,
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah. But yeah. I got some other stuff here.
Hang on real quick. All right, here we go. I got something else. Here you go. Hang on.
All right, show me. I would like to see this.
Yeah, there you go. We'll play this for you too. That goes up here so I can find it. Present, share, and this is actually a little short clip from the show Sunday. Here you go.
Static said, "Don't claim I sweep for Ethan. I've never done that and never will." And that's something that he does stand by. He doesn't sweep for anybody.
No, I get that. Here you go. Ready when you are. Sure.
Okay, yeah, let's just show this. Now, what we about to see right here before I show it.
It is just what I told you. Ethan saying what he said.
Okay, let's go and look at it.
I'll skip through the part where we were
Question to
talking. You
you is
know,
why?
Ethan got real mad about this back in the day. You know, he actually had lawyers like reach out to Jeff Jones and like they were going through some shit. So
Yeah.
I mean the stuff goes back far. Anyway, let's get to the other part. After warning, you know, and of course she's my wife.
Let's skip through it a little bit. Here we go. We got to hear.
So that's where I'm at.
Heroes, the most reputable independent comic book publisher in Elkhart, Indiana. I recommend them.
Excellent. And what do you currently read? Like just, you know, either books or comics or whatever.
Do you want to answer this one?
No.
The Communist Manifesto. Next question. Yeah.
No.
Hold up.
So you're currently working on Greenland.
Hold up. That's a young, chubbier Ethan Van Scriber, right?
Yeah, it is.
And how many years ago was this? I mean,
I don't know exactly.
Okay, so it's obviously he's at a convention, and it's obviously from his mannerisms. It sounds like he's just just cracking jokes. You know, just a joke. You know, I mean, I can't take that. I can't take that as him like saying yes, I believe. No, I'm just taking it as him just joking around. You know,
maybe
yeah. I mean, that's. I'm not gonna say that's proof that he's down with the Devil Manifesto or whatever, but
all I said was he said it. That's all I said.
Yeah, he said people can say stuff and not really mean it, but just do it. Okay, so we connect on that. So what I want to ask you more, I'm gonna get back to the app because we kind of got away from the app, but as for the app goes, so she went there and so Ethan initially showed interest in it, and he just basically said he didn't want to deal with it, or remind me exactly what Ethan said about the app.
You'd have to talk to Mindy about that. I wasn't even involved in that process.
Okay, you weren't in conversation. So
get her on. She says she wants to come on now. So
okay, so well, when she comes on, we can go into the app because I really want to know about the app and
like I said, I wasn't involved in that. The only thing I was involved in was her asking me to work on it for her. That's
okay. I mean, yeah, that's perfect because I don't want to like have you talk about it and it was between her and Ethan and
she's jumping on.
Okay. Well, I guess we can talk about something else. Well, I should save this question, but I'm going to ask it before your wife get on. You can like think about it. So you said on Ruby's show the very worst thing to ever happen to ComicsGate was allowing old, washed-up pros into it.
Correct.
So who in ComicsGate, in your opinion, is an old, washed-up pro?
Every single person on the Kings, and even some that are not.
Okay, so want to kick out some names?
Ethan, Mike Barron, Chuck Dixon, Shane Davis, John Malin.
Well, I know for a fact that Shane Davis and John Malin have put out books and doing pretty good. They're making like 6-figure books.
Yeah, they're all right.
Is that, in your opinion, someone who's in your opinion that's
what I mean washed up? I don't mean through with the industry. That's not what I'm saying. I meant what I'm talking about when I say that.
Artistic wise, performance wise.
No. Just people that couldn't make it in the mainstream, leaving the mainstream.
Okay, so people who were unsuccessful under somebody
right
else.
Yeah, there had to have been a reason for their separation, right? Whether it performance, behavior, so on and so forth. Because I mean, if you look at people like say Frank Miller, who arguably right now can't draw at all. He's very atrocious covers.
I think that's
the poor man. Poor man. I don't say that disparagingly. I say that why are you still making this dude draw? Like, give him like a severance package, like a WWE Legends contract or something. Don't make this man draw for his lunch anymore. Like he should go. There's no need to wrestle at the high school gym.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think Frank Miller is still in his right mind. It's just that his artistic ability is deteriorating.
You see all of these people that are still doing stuff in the mainstream. Why are these guys not? Why are they not allowed to?
Well, I think I can't really speak for them, but I can just speak from observation. I just think they are probably just fed up of the way they was treated, because every time you ask them, like, why you not working, it's like they were mistreated. They were
It's
treated like
that's
straight garbage.
that is possible. That is a possible thing, but
But
it's
hold on,
also possible
hold up,
that
hold up. Here is your better half. How you doing,
sure.
Mindy?
Hey, you guys, how's it going?
Hey, nice for you joining me on the show. Now I have the duo on the show, folks. As a matter of fact, you guys are the first artist to come on my show, to do my show. You know, first
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, first
Well,
first
technically, I'm a writer. I'm not even an artist.
well, don't matter. Yeah, you're an artist, no matter if you're right or whatever. But Mindy, I was trying to get the specifics on this app, and I was asking your husband about what it does and everything. And so the next question is like, what about the app? You had a discussion with Ethan. What about the app you did not like? What or he did not like that you were trying to push?
I have no idea. I just sent. I'm pretty sure it's your Twitter, Simulated Cynic. I sent you guys screenshots of his initial tweet, and if you remember how he described the situation the last time he was on, and then compare this to what he says here, and I'm sure you can find it elsewhere. I'm sure I have a screenshot of it elsewhere, but this was also so many years ago. But he said, person inboxes me insisting their ComicsGate wants to come on channel to promote themselves. So already that was a lie. I never ever asked to go on Ethan's stream. Never. I was getting sent links from a group chat that I didn't know who it was coming from the whole time. And I think I explained how that was actually kind of annoying me.
Yeah,
and I would ask like, hello, and they were all ignoring me. So that didn't happen. Never asked to go on.
So there was no reason why, why basically, because I do believe this like stems from first of all, your husband's mistrust of ComicsGate and your Ethan like denying your app, denying that he want to promote it. But other than the fact that he did not want to promote your app, why didn't you just go ahead and do the app?
Well, see, that's the thing. He never told us he didn't want to promote it. He never expressed anything like that. As far as I'm aware, I don't. Mindy, did he talk to you?
No,
saying,
he didn't.
I didn't want to promote it. Like none of that.
And also, I never asked him to promote it. That's not even why I was talking with him. The reason is that I understood he had a lot of influence. I understood he had a large YouTube channel named ComicsGate, and I was understood ComicsGate to be a consumer movement. So I wanted to do something to pitch in with like the community to help out because I thought it was cool, and I've always been about empowering independent creators. But I was not actually going to ask him to promote it. We never even got to that point of the conversation. All I wanted to do was like inform him about it and sort of get his blessing, because he had such a large following and because he had that and used the ComicsGate hashtag as like the ComicsGate place to be. I didn't want to invest money in something and then have him turn around and trash it and then say I was like using his trademark or using his thing. Or that's why I was actually going to talk to him, but we never even got to that point.
Mandy, let me get this right. So you was basically trying to get his blessing for the app?
Yeah, just simply because I wanted it to be a smooth investment. I was going to do it anyways. And I thought if Ethan was behind it, that would be great, but it wasn't necessary. But I also didn't want to run into problems with him clashing me on it. Like, apps are expensive. They were even more expensive to develop back then. Like, I'm talking $20,000. So before I even gave a thought to would this be a good investment for me, I wanted to be sure it would be a compatible, not hostile environment for us to put money into something. And if Ethan was going to be a prick and then I spent all this money and then he turns around and says, that's mine, I'm ComicsGate, not you, then that would have been a waste of $20,000.
Right.
So I was just kind of like scoping out the whole general environment and the market and seeing if it would be a wise thing to do, seeing if I could get the blessing, kind of like how Luke Stone did a very good job with this. He went around and he talked to people and he got everybody on board with Fund My Comic, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and he even did eventually get them to promote it. But the first icebreaker is, hey, let me talk to you about my idea. He has to gain the trust of people.
Okay.
So that's the stage that I was in with a brand new business idea. And he didn't even know anything about the app. I never asked him to be a promoter of it. He assumed that. He assumed I wanted things from him, but I didn't. And then he mentioned on the last stream that Mike showed his bank account. And that is because Ethan was painting me online as someone who was asking for his time and fame and money. And we were trying to explain, no, we weren't coming to you for any of those things. We actually had a lot of money saved up at the time. And so we were looking to invest it in something positive for the community. Just because we wanted to. We were always about comics, but we kept having problems with the people in the industry. So we never got that like creative energy and passion out. We always wanted to be involved in comics. It took us a long time to figure out how, and how is by making them. But we didn't do that at the time. I wasn't a sequential artist at the time. I was just a cover artist. I was a lot farther behind artistically than I am now. So that was what I thought was just creative and cool and fun. And Mike and I have always been involved in the tech field,
Right.
making apps and websites and stuff. Both of us have done that for like over a decade, probably longer at this point. So it was just natural.
Okay. So basically, let me get this. You just had this great idea, right? This great idea is like, hey, let's do something not just for the community, but for indies. Let's get this app out here. Let's try to get Ethan on board. You know, not necessarily be too involved, but just like
I just wanted his blessing so that he didn't come back later and say that I stole something from him or was trying to use clout. Because remember, I just came from the industry from someone trying to lie about us, saying I used someone else's clout.
Right.
So
I got to get
yeah,
I got some more stuff to talk about too, but let me play this because this is what Ethan said on the Ruby stream about you, your husband, and the app. So I'm gonna play this. This is it's about a minute and 10 seconds long. So let's play this, and then I want to get your thoughts on after this.
I can't even hear this, dude.
Oh yeah, it's very quiet.
It's real quiet. Hold up.
Yeah, I can't even hear it. You're gonna have to turn the volume way the fuck up or something.
Hold up.
It's got to be a volume button.
I think I'm gonna try to crank the volume up over. Dang, the volume is all the way up. All right, I got it on 200. Let's start it over again. All right, I'm gonna start over again. Just let me know if you can hear it.
No, I can't hear it.
Can you hear it?
Mm-mm.
No. No, I can't hear it. Just tell me what he says, man. What's going on?
Yeah, basically, Ethan is talking about you and your wife, and he was basically saying, this just summarizes up. I don't know why this volume ain't working, but he just basically saying that you all came to him with some with some app, and he was interested, and he was basically telling you all just like that, no, he don't want to do it, and then
he's full of shit. We've already established.
Yeah. I actually also showed the DMs between him and I at the time. And I sent you a Sweetcast link video, and he references that video where I pulled up my phone and I showed our entire conversation. That was years ago, and I had a different phone, different laptop. I'd really have to go back years and years ago to see if I even have that video. I don't know that I do. Other people might. They might have saved it. Mm-hmm. But after... Yeah, I mean, I was totally transparent, and I showed his messages. It's not like there was a question about it. At first, the first message I ever sent to him, it was like, hey, I saw, and I'm sure he got lots of these, like, hey, I saw your success, and I just wanted to say I'm happy.
This is Ethan telling you this, right?
Telling me what?
Telling about your success on stuff.
Oh, no, I was talking about the very first message I ever sent him. It was Oh no, you're good. It was like just hey, I saw ComicsGate. I see what you guys are doing. I'm very, very happy. Just wanted to say I think it's really cool what you guys are about, and that the movement is really needed in the industry. So it's cool to see people do something. And like I get messages like that all the time from people. So it's not like that's an abnormal thing. But he was probably getting spammed a lot by people, and he threw me into a, you know, he assumed a lot of things about me, I'm sure, based on other people's messages, or maybe I don't know. That's just what he thinks about the world. But
here's another thing. Well, I really don't know too much about your background or too many what you've done, but some things have come up. You know, some things that have some people have sent me that has a lot to do with you all. And one of the things that I think your husband hit on Ruby Show was this thing with Rob Liefeld and about something about a convention. Now I know this was a long time ago, and every time you say something about the Wheelers, this comes up. You know, so the everything that's been said, you know, I've tried to go back and I try to find all these messages, the Facebook posts, the stuff from Fabian and all type of stuff. I can't really find nothing, so I can't really talk about it. But I said, well, let's bring you guys on, have you guys talk about it, and then I'll try to reach out to Rob and Fabian and see if they have anything to add to it. So the thing is that you all were claiming that you all bought out a convention.
That's not true.
No, we never said that. But that's what they were trying to tell people we did.
Hold on 1 second. So the claim, I'm just talking about the claims. You know, I'm not putting no shade on you all, but the claim was that you all had bought a convention from some guy named Jimmy. And what happened is Rob Liefeld got word of this. And he decided to make now this is a long time ago. He made a discussion naming Mr. Wheeler or the Wheelers, saying that you're lying about it. And I want to know, was there some confusion with the information that Rob got, or was Rob totally wrong, or was this just some ploy by people to make y'all look bad? I mean, in your opinion, what was being done to you all, and what was actually said?
It was a ploy, and he was lying.
Well, yeah. So you said it's a ploy. So who could possibly be behind this ploy?
Probably the showrunner, Jimmy J.
Yeah, the other showrunners who wanted the show space, because Jimmy J was friends and partners with this other rival comic shop of ours, Jesse James, who now owns the show Tucson Comic-Con with Brian Polito. And Brian Polito now has his own show, Sworn Fest, at the same dates that our show is going to be. So it was a real that's who I think was behind it too. And they were all on good terms with Rob Liefeld.
Yeah, that's what Rob Liefeld said. Well, Rob Liefeld, so Jimmy, was he saying that Jimmy lied to Rob and told Rob that
it could have been, and it could have been he said, "Hey, go trash these guys." Do we know? No. Will we ever know? Probably not.
We'll probably never know. And I think that's one of the problems, or one of the things that people bring up, about when they talk about the Wheelers, is that what they try to say that you guys are con artists, all
right. Can you share this real quick? You want to talk about people being con artists and all this shit?
Only if it pertains to what I'm talking about right now.
It does pertain to it. Share this real quick.
Okay. Let me remove this. Let me show this.
We are con artists, huh? We have had over 3,607 backers. We've made over $184,210 in sales on Kickstarter alone. That doesn't count website sales, in-person sales. How are we scammers?
And we've delivered on those books too. So whenever you ask someone to get proof that we've ever scammed anybody, there's no proof ever. It's just a fabrication. Even going back to the convention.
Well, it's not about your success right now selling books. It's about behavior that happened in the past. This is not about what you're doing successfully now. This is about what happened in the past and the so-called
behavior specifically.
It sounds like deceptive behavior.
No, it's just lies and slander from people who hated us. You can go back. Actually, you said you couldn't find it, but you can. If you Google Bleeding Cool Outlaw Comic-Con, and you can follow the trail of articles and the trail of blogs from random bloggers who we didn't know, and you can actually read the whole history, and it's all there for you.
Right. I mean, what I probably do is I'm gonna take all the stuff you're saying and just go through it and then come back, because I'm just one person here. If I had another person here with me to go through this stuff, like we can pull it up. But what I'll do is for you all benefit, and I really do want to clear this up and get this whole thing,
And I think Mindy can send you the
send me,
email
send it.
from
Oh yeah, sure,
from,
I'll send that.
Fabian that says I did not get that impression from them at all.
Yeah, if you got that, that will help because of that I can go through the information. Like I got you to try and tell people. I'm trying to like break the darkness, break the veil to let people know, like, well, this is the actual truth.
That would be awesome. No one's ever done that for us.
And because nobody doesn't want to think that way. The whole thing is to stop getting people to use post and Reddit to pit fact against fiction. So like I said, I mean, I'm just coming out and just giving you the vibe that I'm getting from everybody else about the Wheelers. They call you deceptives, they call you liars. They say everything they say is like somebody said something about the Outlaw Con. Now, Outlaw Con was something you guys were doing, right?
That's what we were just talking about.
Okay, yeah. Outlaw Con. So something came up, and it says that even the artwork for the Outlaw Con was stolen.
Yeah, that's not true. Yeah, we're happy to clear up all. I know we all are very familiar with every single.
That's what we're here for. Let's go. Let's do it.
Yep, the artwork for the Outlaw Comic Con was just a free vector clip art. There was another workout studio in Texas that also used the same one. There's nothing wrong with that. You go and you buy the fucking license. It's not stolen. Okay. That's how the graphic design works,
Right. I've done it many a times for customers.
If you go online right now and you search Outlaw Cowboy,
I've done it.
Yeah.
You'll see the image. You'll see it. It's right there.
I know the person. I actually saw the person or found the person who made the image, and he had it for sale for anybody to purchase and use commercially.
Yep.
So there you go.
Yeah.
So there's one dispelled. There's one dispelled lie. I'll keep going down the list.
That's what I do. That's what I do on this show. That's what we do here now, and hopefully this what I do will spread to other people who do the Talkie ComicsGate shows to show that the more reason and truth and cordial you are with people, the more things can actually be done and settled. So we had to think of Rob Liefeld, and like I said, that's kind of like in the midst right now because, like I said, a lot of that stuff got deleted. And then there's accusation of you, Mr. Wheeler, deleting posts to cover up something.
No, I don't.
I just sent you the two articles, although there are more that I can track down, but I don't want to confuse you because chronological order is important. So that last one that I sent you, that has the information with Fabian. I can't see it because I've been blocked on Facebook, but it has the responses there from Fabian and everything that you can pull up right now.
But hey, I know why you might not be able to find my old posts. I did have another Facebook account that got nuked by Facebook.
Did you send it to me? Under what? Under?
Am I sending it to the right Twitter?
Oh, you send it to because I don't see nothing from you.
Oh, where do I send it?
Send it to one gun, WNGUN on Twitter. Yeah, send it to me. Because like I said, like I always do, I'd always do a show, and I'm gonna try to do a follow-up show with this after I go through all the information and come back with my own thoughts about it, But I think this is important because I want to do this with a lot of people, a lot of artists,
But I did have another Facebook account. I think it was probably around 2015, 2016.
That's probably it. It would have got deleted.
Yeah. What happened was someone hacked into it, and then Facebook nuked the whole thing. And I could never get back into it, and then it got shut down. So I had to create a new Facebook account, and I did that shortly after, maybe about 2 or 3 months after, because I was trying to go through their support, and you can never get a hold of anybody.
No, you can't.
So I was just like that. Yeah, so I was stupid, I guess. I sat there for 3 months trying to get them to unlock my account, and they never would. So I was just like, fuck it, and I just created a brand new account. So all of those posts from back then are probably just gone.
I'll take it. I mean, shit happens,
I'm trying to find. I'm so sorry. Could you spell your Twitter handle again for me?
It's WUNGUN. I just talked to your husband. We're talking. He should have it.
Okay, I found you. I see.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. I think I got a couple more questions, but like I said, we probably won't get a lot of this stuff answered tonight. You know, because a lot of extra stuff has to be done to actually come back and give like a final verdict or statement, you know, based on the facts, you know. And like I said, in your situation, it's so old, it's so dated. But the problem is that people still bring it up
all the time.
Oh, I know, and this is the problem that people ask, well, why are you so combative and all this? We have been dealing with the result of the libel from Liefeld for over a decade.
We're
And
still
it's just,
dealing with it right now. You asked us about it. We're still dealing with it.
Yeah, still dealing with it.
And Ethan too. And the thing is that I caught about Ethan on the stream is that he was repeating the same cancel culture mainstream gossip that got us here in the beginning.
Hold up. He said Ethan was repeating cancel
Yeah,
culture.
he was talking about the app, how I built a stripper app. He was talking about all that shit. He's bringing it all up.
Did you?
Yeah, he was like word for word. The fact that he even thought that this mobile app was a scam in the first place is a reverberation from the mainstream lies that canceled us. And so to me, it's almost like, well, was he just sitting there taking gossip shit from the mainstream when this happened? Because that's kind of what it sounds like to me.
Well, now you said that, I think I have a theory. Could you think the reason why Ethan probably turned you guys down, you know, is because like somebody told him that you all were dealing in porn?
We never dealt with porn.
Yeah,
but
we don't do porn. Like our content is rated R at best.
Back then.
Well, for one, he never turned us down. That's the misconception there too. He never said I wasn't interested at all. And also on that, before I forget, because it keeps getting glossed over, he told people in his tweet to come attack me. That never gets addressed. He said, she wants some attention. Go get this book.
War campaign. That's what
it was. Well, whether it was War Campaign who followed it up or not, the thing was, it was him who told everybody to come troll me. He said, she wants some attention. This will give it to her, won't it? Or this will give her some attention, won't it? I can send you the tweet. So he directed all of his following to come troll me.
This was a marching order, a tweet from Ethan.
Yes, from Ethan. So it really doesn't matter if it was a War Campaign or not. It was him.
Do you have the tweet?
Oh, sorry, I pushed it. Yeah, I have little clips of it. I'll have to. I know I have it somewhere, but I'll send you.
This, if this is a story, this will help your story out a lot.
I know. I just you caught me off-handed, but I did send you the link just now of where I put the tweet in a video. It's just a little flashy, so you can't read all of it very smoothly, but it's there, and I can send you later the actual. The full clip, but there you go. You can look at. I sent you the two most important links there. The article with Fabian's response and the
Mandy, what is your name on Twitter? Because nothing came. Here we go. Okay, now it pops up. All right.
Okay.
Let's see, Mindy Willer.
And hey, to clear up the whole like porn thing, Mike and I had worked on the development for a mobile app for a stripper social media. That's part's true. It's not porn,
dude. I've done a ton of apps for all kinds of people. I've also built sports apps. It was called Smack Talk 360, where you could go in and play fantasy sports betting and stuff like that.
So let me get right. This is
my job, dude. It was my job at the time. I built websites for porn companies. I built websites for businesses, dental offices.
This is just you paying your bills with this stuff, right? This is
And hey, by the way, Arizona, when you're a tech guy, you're probably familiar with GoDaddy and CC Bill. They have huge, like their locations are in Arizona. CC Bill is the payment processor that processes all the adult websites. So a lot of tech guys that are in Arizona work for CC Bill. Didn't you work for CC Bill too, Mike?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's just like it's like Stripe, because the thing with Stripe that Kickstarter and Indiegogo uses is that they don't support adult content, but and pretty much nobody does ever anywhere except for CC Bill. They are the main payment processor for adult content. So a lot of tech guys in Arizona actually worked for CC Bill. They even have like a big convention and everything. It's a big thing over there. So we also built mobile apps for dog groomers. We built websites for comic shops, people who sold air conditioners. Like it's.
Mandy, I think we get the idea. Like this is your job, and this is what you do.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
This is not like this is what y'all just creepily do in some basement somewhere and whatever. It's like whatever comes through for you to work on, you're going to work on. Just like if somebody ordered pizza, if somebody ordered pizza, you may not like pepperoni pizza, but you're going to make a pepperoni pizza to give to whoever's paying you money to make the pizza. Am I correct?
Yep.
So
exactly.
So this is your job. This is your work. This is how you pay your bills. So, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with that.
And guess what? It's how we pay our bills now. We have a huge fan base that loves our adult content that we put out.
Yeah, but we don't actually put out porn. It's some of it's rated R content, just like a rated R movie would be. But if you look at
there's no like grinding or anything like that. It's
all right.
So
you're saying like this is like Cinemax After Dark stuff y'all basically doing.
Basically.
All right. So
it's not even, I wouldn't even equate it to dry humping.
All right, so
you could say that Game of Thrones is porn, right?
Yeah, you could
like by that same argument. And Game of Thrones is more. They show way more stuff than we do. Game of Thrones is way more.
Yeah, Game of Thrones do so full sexual acts on actually Game of Thrones, but the new one that just came out, the Dragon Queen, whatever it is, they show straight penetration.
Oh yeah. I stopped watching that actually.
Yeah. So so I'm getting where y'all coming from, and I do believe there is more to be said about the Wheelers going forward. But one thing tonight that I hope that a lot of us can bring from this is that you got to be more thoughtful on what you perceive as fact from fiction. Now, you guys came on here, and I've asked you some questions that are out there about one, the convention stuff, the app, because the app is the one thing that was like the thing that broke the camel's back between you and Ethan. But my thing is like, now we talked about the stuff that broke y'all apart. What could be the thing that can like make peace?
Ethan to come and say he's sorry for what he did to Mindy.
Yeah, and I wish Rob Liefeld would do the same.
If he did it, we're done.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with that. I'm totally cool with that because he even said in the chats, if you go back and watch your video, I said, I think you had some sort of autistic spurg, and when you felt a little bit of pressure, because he has admitted on a stream that he doesn't really like being approached. He doesn't like talking to people. He doesn't like going outside. It probably explains why he doesn't go to shows. It's because he thinks he might be autistic and he gets social anxiety. So I think I was just, I was too excited. I was talking to him more than he wanted me to. Mm-hmm. And I'm a woman too. It probably made him uncomfortable. He probably just, I think he handled it poorly.
I think both sides that day had a lot to say to each other. A lot of y'all said stuff and he said stuff, but my whole thing is that it's just words. They're not bullets, they're words. And I do believe that if you say something to somebody and it's mean, you don't really mean it. You're just doing it to hurt their feelings. And the thing about it is when you later on you think about what you said, you kind of like feel kind of bad because you said that. It's not becoming of you. That's for both sides. And what I think is going forward, because I don't know Ethan. I really don't. I know of him. I've talked to him a couple of times, and every time I've talked to him, he's been a very good person to me. And I think that same person, just like I'm talking to you guys are great. You're wonderful. Thank you for coming on my show. Thank you. You're wonderful. And I do believe that's everybody. I think everybody has a wonderful soul. I think everybody can be good to each other, but we have to get past the thing that tears us apart.
I completely support that. I think the problem, just like you told me, then this is exactly how it happens and exactly why it lives on. You said you received messages about us, right?
Yeah,
after the stream.
I've come across messages
about. And earlier, before we went on the air, you did say that you were getting flack for having us on.
I was in a group and people were saying, why are you platforming?
Look at all of this crap coming at us, and we didn't do it.
That's exactly, that's the cancel culture that I always talk to people, and I think a huge reckoning that everybody can have that would make more peace everywhere And Ethan actually said the same. When you pass around emails and you pass around messages and you get these messages, artists that we work with get them frequently. They get spammed from people that say, don't work with the Wheelers will ruin you. They're scammy, they're blah, 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 and they threaten them. And then that for years and years and years caused people to not want to work with us, even though they had no good reason other than Joe Blow said so. So as long as people start treating each other by face value, face to face, like you treat me like how I'm treating you right now, and we judge each other on a face to face basis, all of that cancel culture bullshit goes away, because that's how it travels. And Ethan said the same thing. He said they passed around emails. It's the same nasty trick. That passing gossip around.
You are correct, because Ethan says the same thing. I mean, y'all do have a lot in common, you know, and most of the stuff you have in common is people just having nothing else to do but spread shit rumors about people, you know. And those are the people that are basically, like, I would say, like 49% of fucking ComicsGate, because these are people who have no talent, who don't do shit. Their only talent is to cause shit between other productive people, you know. And what I want to do is like point these people out. It's like, hey, you guys stop fighting each other. These are the motherfuckers keeping this shit going. These are the motherfuckers sending you all the emails. These are the motherfuckers who go and stream hate watching, then take whatever the fuck is said, twist it, and then that shit comes back to you in some type of night letter or email. You know,
exactly.
Those are the people. Katie has a question.
Sure.
Katie says, so please answer my question from earlier. It's a simple one. It's not a gotcha. It's the main question everybody has. Oh, and also stray beans too. So what's the question, Katie?
Good question.
Yeah, we didn't miss that. I don't know what question you're talking about, Katie.
Just ask it again, Katie. Let's see what it is. You know, Katie's my manager.
Okay.
Yeah, she's my man. No, I'm just lying. She's not. But from earlier, it's the main question. Oh,
she says scroll up.
Scroll up. Is it this one? Is it this one? I'm still unclear as to how
no.
naked big titty women.
It's a question from her.
No, she said also straight beans too. So I guess we're gonna answer straight beans first. I mean, we'll give Katie's a little bit further up, I believe.
Sure. Christian conservative and conservative are two different things. So I think you're falsely conflating all of conservatism with only Christian conservatism.
Did you know there's Muslim conservatives?
Yeah, it's because there's conservatives in as far as I've lived on this earth.
Did you know there's gay conservatives?
Yes, log cabin conservatives. Yeah, but the thing about it is
so it's not exclusive to Christianity, right? Can we establish
conservatism is not exclusive to Christianity. It's
that question doesn't even fucking matter, right? Can we get that?
Well, I'm about to say, like, conservatism is something it's not a religion. It's more of like a ideology. I mean, I like to pronounce it.
So the question is invalid.
Actually, the root of conservatism, if you really want to get into it, it was invented as a political philosophy by Francois de Chateaubriand, or whatever his name is, during the French Revolution, and it was his response when he saw people behead everybody in the streets and go crazy. And his idea was that people should not go around basically canceling each other, but by way of killing. But that's what his whole theory was about. It was about being logical, just like we're doing here, and talking through problems, and additionally maintaining history, and then also organic growth. If you do some research into organic growth of society, that's a huge principle of conservatism. And that means that things should grow naturally and organically based on things that work and have worked in the past. So Mike and I being on the scene, even being able to see the success that we have, has been a huge progressive sort of thing in the way of conservatives being able to be open about their beliefs, because when we started, they were not. You mentioned Trump and you get the axe, but now time has passed and Mike and I are actually able to work with artists. We can put out books. People don't always shit on us right away. So we've actually come a long way.
I just want to step in here real quick. Go ahead. So as far as religion go, you don't have to answer this question. As far as religion go, or what type of religion? I mean, what type of religion you are? Because that seems to be a big thing. Because people say, like, what type of Christian do the stuff you do? So what type of people are you? Please tell everyone.
And if you're not the right type, we can hate you for it. I was raised Catholic.
Okay.
I grew up Catholic, and I've been Catholic my whole life.
Mhm.
I don't go to church anymore. I stopped a few years ago. I don't really see the point in organized religion. I think it's kind of a detriment. After a bunch of that stuff came out with the Catholic Church and the little boys and stuff, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna stay home.
Okay. What about you, Mindy? What type of person are you?
When I see someone mention this in chat, they're saying they think we're libertarians. I had looked into the Libertarian Party actually back around 2020 for a time, and I thought that they were full of a bunch of raging leftists, so I never stuck with it. But for a second there, I did associate with conservative libertarianism. But I just totally got, it lasted like 2 seconds because it was the posts coming from that group, it just totally turned me away and I wasn't interested. As far as religion, I grew up in a radically left, socialist Canadian, American hating, God hating, atheist family who would throw darts at Jesus's face.
Oh my
So
gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I actually do not at all get along with my family. I haven't spoken with them in over a decade. We are just like fundamentally different. I am the ostracized black sheep of my family. I could not ever see eye to eye on what all they do. They were very much about Hollywood. They were very much about socialism and like pride rights and the whole like black racial card and Planned Parenthood and abortion. Like all of those values just never, ever, ever stuck with me. But as my religious experience is that I always actually had a near-death experience when I was 2.
Yeah.
I had like a dream of some events of Genesis. It's a very weird fucking story. So since then, like I started praying to God when I was really, really young because I wanted out of my family. And I had a very rocky road until I was about 20 years old. And I always had like some miraculous experience with like having a little helping hand from above. So I always believed in God. And I tried for years.
You're spiritual. Then you're spiritual.
Very spiritual. And I've explored everything. I've explored Buddhism, Taoism, Christianity. I went to several different churches and explored denominations. I even lived with a witch for a time and read all about paganism and Wiccanism when I was a teenager.
You was a Wiccan?
Yeah, I lived with a witch when my parents basically pawned me off and left, and they stuck me with the neighbor, and she was a witch. So I have learned and read everything there is to know. And I did bounce around at a couple different Christian denominations, the last one being Catholicism around 2021. And I got really pissed off because I learned, I also love history. I would say that's one very conservative trait about me. I love history. And I learned about the Great Schism.
Yeah.
And it totally fucked up everything for me. So like now I have a real problem with organized religion, just practicing it myself. I actually believe more with Orthodoxy, Eastern Orthodoxy.
Can I give you my opinion about you?
Huh?
Can I give you my opinion about your religion?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
My opinion about you is basically you're on a journey. You're on a life's journey, and you're still trying to find out, where as far as your spirit belongs, and I think that's totally normal. I mean, like you don't have to be a Christian or whatever to find out, who you want to believe in or what you want to believe in. You are a GDI. You know what a GDI is?
No.
A goddamn individual. All right,
that's who you are. I agree with you there.
Yeah.
It is the problem because every church I've been to, and I actually during times of my life where it was extremely hard, I didn't have a family. I was always like scraping tooth and nail on my own before I met Mike. The people who helped me the most were really, really God-loving Christians, the kind that had just unconditional love. They would invite me to family dinners on Sunday. A lot of Mormons actually. But from all over denominations, and they treated me so kindly without any sort of like judgment or pressure, like you need to be a part of our church, nothing like that. And that stuck with me. It made a huge impression on me. So I always regard what I like those people of my past. And I do believe in a lot of things that Jesus said. But as far as digesting the whole rest of the Bible and all of the dogma with the church that comes with it, I just, like I said, it broke me when I learned about the Great Schism and Eastern Orthodoxy. So I stick with a couple of things that Jesus said, but that's about it. Oops, sorry, I'm like walking through my room right now. Let me get to the
No, don't worry about it. I think the thing is that you're not beholden to one religion. I mean, I think that's what it is. And as people on this earth and on this planet, you have to make your ends meet, right? And
yeah, and I also really would love to do a real rabbit hole on the biblical accuracy of what we do, because I know it says no man shall lay with another man, but as far as I know, it doesn't say that about a woman. It also says not to lust for things. But if Mike and I aren't lusting for the books and we're just promoting females and what they're biologically good for, I actually think Mike and I went down a rabbit hole this the other day. I really don't think there's actually much that conflicts about it with the Bible if you, really get into it.
I'm gonna tell you guys something right now. If you want young men to stop dressing like fucking women and start liking women, maybe you should put some of this shit in front of them. What do you think?
Mike, hold on. So, hold on, Mike. I don't want you to get too heated, because when you get heated, you go all over the place. All right, so
I'm not heated. I just think it's funny.
Okay, so Trey Beans is trying to ask me, is this relevant to the conversation? Yes, this is very relevant, because people keep saying like what type of Christian or people they are to sit back and do the work they're doing. And they're telling you what type of people they are. So this is very relevant to all the questions about what type of people do the stuff they do. They're telling you who they are. I'm glad I'm giving them the time to let you know what type of people they are, because they're telling you who they are, what they stand for, why they do the work they do. They don't do this work because they're perverts or whatever. They're doing this stuff because it pays the bills. And I think anybody in that situation would probably do the same thing, which is they do work to pay their bills. All right. Now, Katie asks a question here. Not that why are you all still hating Ethan? What's done is done. Would it be better to just move on and focus on your stuff? Which is a good question. Would it be better for y'all just to just forget about Ethan? Don't talk about him. When you go to other shows, you just work on concentrating yourself, like you have.
Well, it's kind of hard when you're being invited to shows and you're not the one asking the question.
Well, that's true. That is true.
We do focus on our stuff.
You wanted us on here to talk about just this thing. So how is that possible?
I brought you on the show. I brought you on the show to clear up some things.
And we appreciate that, really, because that has been something that's been very hard. Like for years and years and years, we've had this shit from Rob follow us. And if you notice, the CG Kings are all Rob Liefeld guys. They like Rob, but they have connections and relationships with Rob.
Really?
So it's like
John Malin,
yes,
Shane Davis.
Yes. Even EVS last night was telling an endearing story about Rob Liefeld and Dan Fraga and burritos. The Rob Liefeld industry connection has been extremely hard, and I wish we would have sued him for libel. But we weren't that smart enough to do it, and we were so stressful. Like I said, I was pregnant. I had a miscarriage. My mind was elsewhere. It's okay, but we became pregnant pretty quickly afterwards, so that's part of the reason we left. Is because we were like, we got to focus on the baby. Fuck all these dudes online. But we've had a very, very difficult time clawing our way, into doing what we could do, because no one would ever give us the light of day. And we still, like today, we're still being griped about it. We have to go through the Christian purity tests, online all the time. Like, well, you're not this, you're not that. And it's just like, at least we're honest. At least we're honest, and we tell you everything there is to know about us and why we do it.
Well, also, we've made almost 200K. How much more focus do you want?
Well, I mean, okay, you made some money. That's good. I mean, but the whole thing is to like give you guys your honest shake, And I'm hoping to get other people that has the same amount of crap going on around, to get them to talk to them like I'm talking to you guys, and to just get through the bullshit. Let's get through the bullshit. Let's get to the actual facts. Why you do what you do, what type of people you are. Because I don't think nobody's ever had you on the show and ask you what type of people you are. Have you?
No.
Nobody asked you that. I mean,
it's always fighting through it, and a lot of, like Katie, you keep saying, focus on your books, focus on your books. That's a judgment you're passing on us. You say, well, stop hating on Ethan. That's also a judgment. as 99% of my time, I'm working on books. Every single day, I spend 10 to 12 hours working with artists, editing books, drawing books, coloring books, making campaigns. Ethan is a very little thing in my mind. He's just a character in our book, parodied as GVS, and that's been a story that's been around already for 2 or 3 years. So it's a continuating, ongoing series, and he's just a funny character at this point. He's actually a fantastic villain. He's one of the funniest characters that are in the book, I think. But it's not like we're sitting here focusing our entirety of our existence on him. He's just one guy, and we just make funny books. And if you like puppets, there's no reason you shouldn't like our books either. The other one really hypocritical vein of ComicsGate, not you specifically, but nobody seems to understand that ComicsGate was also built on money with content similar to ours from Dynamite.
Trying to show me something, Mike?
Yeah, I was gonna premiere live on your show the soundtrack for our music video that's going to be the promotion on Kickstarter.
Okay,
Later.
I'll show it later in the show.
Later.
Because we got people in the chat who
I got you. They're more important. They're more important.
You all are important because this is about
man. The people are always the most important.
Yeah, but I want to make sure you guys are comfortable. All right.
We're comfortable. I feel like it's a constant purity test, though. Like, we don't meet other people's standards, and they want us to be one way or another. And it's just like, dude, we're here to make books, and that's what we focus on. And so a lot of the shade is just like coming from people's fantasies about us. And the other thing is there are many more wrongdoings. They say, well, just let it go with Ethan. Well, he did something wrong. I'm not going to lie about it. As time goes on and people ask me, I'm going to be honest. Like, he doesn't deserve me to just forget about it and be like, oh, he's a good guy. Like, that's not at all true.
Like I said, I just got y'all. I'm just getting y'all side of the story. I don't have Ethan's side.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
But Dynamite is important because this whole like CG doesn't do smut thing. So in the beginning, Ethan got help with funding through Dynamite on his fulfillment, and Dynamite is, if you call us a smut peddler, you have no idea what kind of stuff Dynamite puts out. Dynamite is one of the biggest publishers in the mainstream, and they put out tons of smut. So it was that.
Wait, Mike, hold up. Dynamite is still in business.
Oh yeah. And in fact, I think my opinion is that they're one of the shadiest publishers, and the people that have connections to them are also very, very shady. And I've been sort of exposing this over the past couple years. People bring up the old stuff because we're constantly exposing new stuff that is bad in the industry, because we've been kind of on this like mission. We got kind of put in the place to defend the right things and criticize the wrong things of the industry. It's just sort of like a natural position because of everybody canceling us a long time ago. So we have no fear. So when something is wrong, we'll call it out, like Eric July. I think he's full of shit. And we've done that to other people, plenty of other people, and we've proven to be right. You can I can show you articles where we've uncovered a lot of bullshit, and so people don't want people to see what we're saying now, so they bring up 10 years ago. And that's like, it's a constant cycle where they're trying to discredit us, and that's why we're always facing it. They're like, oh, I don't want you to see what they're saying right now. For example, right now, I've been talking about Iconic and Ripa throwing the Ben Dunn thing under the rug and totally ignoring that. And so what happens? They tell everybody, oh, they're scammers. Liefeld said this about them because they don't want to see.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Maybe I can shout out to Rob. I don't know. I'm just a little guy, maybe ask Rob. Say, Rob, can you give me 10 minutes of time to ask you some questions about the Wheelers?
He'll block you.
He'll probably block me. He'll probably block me, but it's the thought that actually I drew a sketch of I did a layout of a fucking Youngblood, and I sent it to him, and he retweeted it. So I mean, he knows of my existence. So, but once again, Wheelers. It seems to me that all this stuff, between you, Ethan, and some other people, can all be solved if people would talk to each other.
Yes.
Don't you agree? I mean,
yes.
I think it ain't just you; it's other people, because I think, my opinion, and don't take offense, I think everything that's been said tonight about this shit between you and Ethan and other creators, I think it's very petty. And I think both sides need to come together and start talking about, how to fix this, how to mend bridges, because this whole thing, I mean, ComicsGate, since I've been over here for like quite a few months now, has always been about whose side or this side. But we're all making comics. We're all trying to, make money. We're trying to, show the big multimedia people, the big corporations that we can do it, but we're not doing it because we're too busy fighting each other. How can you prove that you're better than the other guys if you're fighting each other? Right? How?
And it depends on the context too. Like because we started a newspaper a year and a half ago or something, and we were doing physical copies of it for 7 or 8 months, and then we switched to digital. So on the digital website, I still cover news topics from time to time as a journalist, but it's not very active. But still, it's inevitable that we're going to piss off some people. That's just kind of who we are, because we really have strong values. And like the iconic thing going on right now, you got to ask yourself why us lowly perceived smut peddlers have higher morals than Ripa and Iconic right now, saying, hey, it's not really cool. I don't like that you're covering up the Ben Dunn campaign. So it's
I just saw a video by Ben Dunn the other day talking about change or the topic was change or die. And the thing about it is, he's been around since 1984 or 1985, and he knows a lot about publishing, And I used to read his stuff when I was a kid, but teenager, and he's been around for a long time, so he has some experience. But then again, he does publish shit that's like, he does publish a lot of shit.
Yeah, he does. He's pictured multiple underage kids in sexual positions and nude, and I have a problem with that. And if I have a problem with it, but you're calling me, moralist and a hack and not conservative, then I think it requires some inward introspection there, because everyone should have a problem with that.
Right.
I think. So that's where I stand on that. So inevitably, I wish we could say that we all play Kumbaya, but unfortunately, as you see,
settle down, Ruby. Settle down. Settle down, Ruby.
we can't it is a different playing field too. When you're coming from YouTube talk shows and you're fans of the content, you review the content, all that, it can be very community driven and kumbaya on that realm. But when you're a creator and you're putting out books and you're competitive, this is undeniably a competitive market. You're going to have people coming at you, sliding at you, playing backhanded, playing dirty. So it's impossible for someone in Mike and I's position to be friendly all the time. It's just impossible. That's just the reality of it. As much as people might want to pretend otherwise, like Iconic and Ripa pretending otherwise, it's not true. That's a falsity. With any amount of success that's measurable, you become a threat to other people, and they immediately start attacking you.
Well, yeah, it's because when you got people doing the same thing you're doing, the word cutthroat is bound to come in somewhere. Someplace,
it is. And Mike and I we point out. It's funny. You got to think, for an industry so problem ridden, who's doing the fighting to make it better?
No one.
Yeah,
no one,
exactly. But Mike and I are.
Yeah, no one's
Mike
fighting.
and I are, and we have been for years. We point out hypocritical, wrong bullshit that happens behind the curtains of these other people who we've been, at odds with for years. Right. And so that you have to take that into context when you look at what we do and what we say. We're on a different sort of playing field as you guys. I wish I could be like you on a YouTube show and be peaceful and be happy, but it's just not the reality. And the only way this industry is going to get better and healthier is if you have some people fighting for it,
right?
Like us. So it's just a necessity.
I'm trying to fight to bring some type of humbleness to
everything. You are fighting right here. You are fighting. This is very appreciated. This is a very nice gesture, a very healthy thing to do. Absolutely. 100%. We need more of this, what you're doing right here. Right. That is where the real peace is.
Right. And the reason for that, once again, the reason for this show is not to talk bad about not talk bad about the Wheelers, not to do no gotchas on the Wheelers, not to pit the Wheelers against Ethan, and not to say anything about Ethan or the rest of the CG pros. It's just me bringing the problem to the table and everybody seeing for themselves, yeah, this is a problem, and something should be done about it. You know, we should like not be like this. The whole thing is to get people to think that we should not be like this, you know. And hopefully what you guys have said can probably start people to start thinking twice before they start, you know, saying stuff or send you like night letters, and maybe have you guys think before you say some things as well. I'm hoping you guys are bringing something away too, you know, because it takes two sides to fight. It depends on which side's willing to negotiate.
If you ever, I know that you
Like I
guys.
said, I'm always open to talk to Ethan whenever he wants, if
Right,
he ever
right.
can get up the nuts to do it.
I'm hoping that Ethan would take you up on that. I really am hoping.
I hope so too.
I
And
hope
we
he does,
can
because-
come out of it, shake hands, and
Right.
it's
Buy some
good.
beers. No, you go, y'all two buy some beers, talk about some shit, laugh about some shit, get drunk, and whatever, you know. But I do believe there is a way to resolution and peace. And I think it can be done, but it needs to start with someone just, you know, not necessarily like saying it in a tweet or something, but just send a message, a personal message saying, "Hey, listen."
Hey, no, I tried that.
I'd
No, I
love to
tried
do
that.
that, but he's got us both blocked.
Yep,
Well-
and I'm not messaging him ever again. If he's going to take my message, I mean, that's the worst thing that I could ever do is so send him a message. Then he's going to say, person spams me, asks me to be their best friend. Everybody go be her quote friend and give her some attention.
Well, that I think that was a
You know?
well, you know,
That's exactly what happened. He told everybody
Right.
to come troll me, and you can find the tweet where he did it. So
Right.
you know, I do believe I'm owed an apology. In the chats of the last thing,
Well,
he said, I told him I think you handled it poorly. I think you ran away, because he never told me no. He just ran away and then started, you know, trashing me. And he said, if I did, I don't care. So that just goes to show you, he thinks it might have been a possibility. He admitted potential fault, but he just doesn't care.
right.
So yeah, it is what it is. He doesn't deserve for me to just move on from it. If people ask me, I tell them the honest answer. That's always how I've been. But he does not take up rent in our head. People project him taking up rent in our head because they'll sit there and they'll ask us about it. And it's like, well, I wasn't thinking about him at all until you brought him up.
Yeah. I wasn't thinking
You know?
about it either until like the Ruby stream, and I do believe on the Ruby stream, like a lot of stuff got said, but not a lot of stuff got like broken down, debunked, or brought to the surface to for other avenues to open to see, you know, how things can be like ratcheted down and fixed. You know, I'm into fixing things. I'm not into breaking things. You know, and I hope a lot of people don't take what I did tonight the wrong
Anytime,
way.
any place, anywhere, any stream, any platform on social media. Hey, Mike, I'm sorry for what I did to Mindy. Problem solved.
Yep, seriously, that's all. And then it's done.
Yeah, I've seen. Think about Ethan. I've seen Ethan apologize to people before.
He has. So
I've
that's
seen
why.
I've seen the tweet. So I mean, you said some stuff about Ethan too. I mean, Mike, you said some stuff about him. So don't you think you should maybe say, apologize for that stuff too?
What have I said about him?
It depends on the context. If he's just pointing out something that's factual or logical or something like that, you know.
How about this? Some of the stuff you pointed out to Ethan about like what's his name, Jeff, that took his kids and named them after villains and stuff. I mean, I think if that was me and I said that, I was like, you know what, Ethan, I apologize for saying for pulling that up, saying it about what Jeff did to your kids.
I will apologize for bringing it up.
Right, stuff like that. Yeah, I mean that's all
that makes me feel better.
All you gotta do is just like I guess he can hear it here, but that's how we can start healing. I mean that's how people talk and conversations open and people get unblocked. By starting that type of thing.
But I'm still not ever messaging him. You see, he burned me there. So my position now is I will never reach out to him for an apology, because that was how it started. Was I reached out to him. I was saying, hey, I think ComicsGate is cool. We were actually talking about Star Trek and Star Wars YouTube for a second. And then eventually, as the idea developed in my head, I thought about it. But I am never reaching out to that dude or talking to him in that manner, because that is where he burned me.
Yeah,
and also, I don't see any point in apologizing for lampooning him on boobs, because, I mean, he probably thinks it's fucking cool and funny.
It is funny. It's if you're doing a satire, you're doing parody. You know,
If you look at Rainbow the Brute, he probably digs Gaylord Von
He
Starr.
probably, he probably would be more sympathetic. Like, he probably would find our shit really funny if he could get over, like, if it hurt his feelings or something, because our shit's pretty funny.
Right,
we just released a back hair variant of Eric True Lie. It's really funny, and it's going to come with a pair of scissors. It's beautiful, and it's actually a like homaging a piece. Well, what we do a lot too is I think in a conservative vein, we conserve comic history a lot. So we're like homaging different pieces from history, or we're incorporating different there's just a creative way we do it. Even on XFem, it was like the fatal attraction verbiage and stuff, because we're referencing Chris Claremont, because we're entering a new age where people don't even know the history of comics, especially Ripa fans. So it's funny. It's funny as hell. That one cover we did with Eric July where he's holding Gaylord, that some person was all, why do you hate Eric July so much? And I said, you realize that he's the hero on this cover, right?
Right.
It shows you've never read comics, just like Eric July.
Yeah, Eric July. I don't think Eric July even didn't know what comic it was until he met Ethan. You know, but man, we've done a banger of a show tonight, man, and that you two are just wonderful guests. You know. I love listening to Mindy talk about like her spiritual past and her spiritual present. I love Mr. Wheeler up there with his I guess I'd say flamboyant way of talking. You know, and we got so many people in the chat saying so many things. I try to keep it focused on you, but I think Katie said some stuff I guess this is my last.
I think Katie secretly hates us.
It kind of seems that way.
No. I talked to Katie. Katie does not hate you all. All right. Katie actually appreciates what you're doing with your comics and stuff. Katie loves comics. And anybody who does comics, Katie will promote you, respect you, and everything. The thing is that when you insult her, that's when you get the bad version of Katie. All right.
I never said the things Wiggle said about her.
Yeah, you didn't, but you still insulted her. But anyway.
Mike won't go around. The comments that get directed towards me are very, very crass. And well, actually, no, I think she has had her fair share of that. So she knows what it's like.
Yeah, she knows
but
what it is. I
mean, Mike won't go around and, as a woman, call you names like that. It's very, very rare he'll ever speak like that to a woman. Like he was talking to Mint Salad and making fun of some shit, which is really funny, but he still wasn't even saying those words. He's very respectful of women, and he doesn't talk like that about them. He definitely has never said anything like that to me about me. So the thing is, there's a lot of scammy creators in this space. There always has been. There's always been a lot of scam artists in comics, and what the scam artists do, and grifters, is that they throw shade on other people and paint them as the grifters to distract what they do, and they'll really hype it up, right? So there will always be this problem, always, of the wheelers or scammers or whatever. As long as it exists in people's minds, people are going to continue to gossip. You should always look at what we're saying and who it's coming from. And the people who it's been coming from in CG are going around calling women vile names.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Mike isn't saying any of that shit because he's a good man. And he's always been a good man. And it shouldn't be the societal norm to go around and talk about people's wives and call them all these nasty names. That's not
full disclosure. You are his wife.
It's true, but I mean, he's always been a good man. He's always been respectful. He's the type of man that will protect his children and protect his wife. And I don't see that same moral fabric in other people going around talking shit about us. So it's very hypocritical for them to say we're these horrible people, but yet they're doing these things that Mike and I wouldn't even do. I
understand it, because I don't get how old don't take this the wrong way, old white men can sit around on a stream with less than 400 subs talking about one woman that has not done nothing to them. You know, I don't understand it. I don't
Yes,
understand it.
exactly. It's exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly. We live in a very weird world where we have to all deal with idiots. So the best thing we can do is just understand that that's the world we live in, and then cherish and value what we're doing here.
The reason why they do it is because there's no one there to smack them in the face. You know, if you remove the keyboard in the distance, you know, there'd be a little bit different of a discussion. You know, out in the front yard.
Right.
Yep.
Well, I know I have to get ready to shut this. I gave you all 90 minutes to state your case and try to get through some stuff tonight. You know,
Appreciate it.
And for this last like 4 or 5 minutes, you guys want to like talk about what you've gotten out of this, what you're coming away with this?
I would love to show you this damn song before we run out of time.
Oh my god, it's so funny. It's so funny.
I'll get to the song. I just want to know.
Okay, good.
Okay, cool. Well, I think when people saw the XFem thing, and I think it sort of triggered them, but that was really only one title. The boobs covers you'll find are a lot different, and really funny. So it just gives you an idea of the range of content there and the story. But I do really appreciate this. I think Katie mentioned, and she said that her thing is that she doesn't understand how we could promote or something or advertise uplifting ComicsGate, but deliver the content we did, something like that. So I ask her and anyone with that train of thought to look back at Dynamite and realize that, quote, smut, unquote, money gave ComicsGate the legs it has to begin with. So there are some things you have to just like get over. And Mike and I are just in the beginning of creating stuff. We have to do stuff to pay the bills. We also have a lot of other things that are going to come. So don't judge us just yet. And thank you so much for being so awesome, because we never, ever really get to interact with people like this on
hey, that's what I'm here for. I mean,
thank you.
Hopefully this is a breath of fresh air that ComicsGate can get to get away from the bullshit. You know, Mr. Wheeler, you got anything you want to talk about that you got away from this?
Well, I would just like to remind people too, you know, the same thing Mindy said, and also that there is a lot bigger of a market out there than what you see in ComicsGate, and you have to take into account all of the other indie people that came before you that you're not even tuned into. You know, people like Faro Kane, who has some of the best-selling adult comics on the planet. Comics like Cherry Pop Tart. Individuals like Pat Shand and Zenescope, and how Zenescope has become a multi-million-dollar property with all of its content and, you know, very, very well done covers.
Yeah, and sorry, Mike. The most indie comic was Cherry Pop Tart, wasn't it?
That was one of the first ones, yes.
Yeah, so indie comics has a history of more sexual content. Like Cherry Pop Tart does stuff we don't do. I believe, right? I don't even know because I haven't read them. But
it started back in the early 70s, and then you're looking at comics like Space that started in the 60s, and all these other sci-fi novels and stuff. You look at Frazetta. I mean, the indie market has a huge, rich history that you guys are just closing your eyes to because you're so afraid. Oh, it might be woke when it's not. These guys are old and waspy and fantastic guys to get to know that are all way conservative, and you guys don't even know it because you're just so tuned into your own thing. And I mean, go do some research and open your eyes a little bit.
Yeah, and we're happy to talk to you about it too. If you come at us and you're very judgmental and you're very snappy and insulting, like, expect to also get slapped back, because we're so used to being shit on. We also don't take any shit. But if you come to us and you're totally civil and you're like, yeah, let's have a civil conversation, 100% will be there with you. 100. Yeah.
Stimulating cynic who should have been here, you know, but decided to go to Fazoli's and stuff his face full of fucking pizza and cheap ass lasagna.
The best thing on the planet are the pizza baked spaghettis with unlimited breadsticks. You leave that alone.
Yeah, I bet that's what he's eating right now. But everybody who wants to know more about their products and what they put out there for you all to buy and get, you can check out their website, divinitycomics.com. Here's what their website looks like.
And you know, G-Busters, So I'll tell you the premise because most people don't even really understand the depth of it. It was it's the haunted Playboy mansion, haunted with the ghosts of dead porn stars. Actually, I did a lot of research into this, and there is a curse. And so the demon is basically feeding off of the objectification of women. And it's like it's got a very cool history of it. There's actually something called the centerfold curse, that if you were an adult actress and you had a centerfold piece, you died mysteriously and tragically later. And there's a huge string of deaths of these women that are very sad and very tragic. And we did a whole bunch of research. We watched documentaries. So it's a fun and rompy book. It's got action. It does have a sexual component. It's probably the most sexual of all the books. Not all of them are like that. But you'll see as the story progresses too, it actually is a bad thing, if you really think about it, that the demon comes through the form of these sexy women. That's the whole thing, is that it's a bad, like, yeah. Do you see it? So there's more thought into what we do than you might initially think, but you're not going to realize our thought process unless you give us the time of day. If you immediately shut us out, you're just going to think shit of us and go off of gossip. Sure. But there's actually a lot of creativity and depth into what we do.
Yeah, it is. You know, you have a lot of product. That's all I have to say. One more thing that I forgot that I did, I should have mentioned this like back in the first hour, is the guy known as B.A. Turner, the Vigilantes Creed guy. Now, I don't know what happened between you two.
I don't know either.
I don't know what happened between you two. He's had a lot to say about you two. But I think that I don't know how it would happen, but I would like to bridge some type of peace between you two.
As far as I'm concerned, there's not even a problem. I just made fun of him because he was being stupid to me.
Okay, well, if it's just like words, well then I guess I could probably get you and him on the show along with Richard.
I don't care, dude. I don't care about B.A. Turner. I don't care about Richard either. Or any of those guys.
But you don't have no deep-seated hate for them, right?
No,
nobody. The thing is, when you've been bullied as much as we have, and at first we caved. At first we thought this is too much and we left, and that was the worst thing we could have do. And in that same comic shop, Jesse James, I'm pretty sure they've been using us as icebreaker conversation for 10 years. Even when we left and went into trucking, it was just like something that they kept bringing up for years in our absence, just to entertain us. And we became this legend. They even talk about us as if we were a legend, and they call it the lore of the Wheelers. And then they didn't expect us to come back. And when we came back, we shocked all of them that we were even still here. So, and we realized the worst thing you can do to these bullies is just let them win. So when people try to bully us or they say some shit to us, we bite back now. And that has been a very successful strategy in clearing our name.
Well, Mindy, Mike, I'm going to try to work on getting bullying or supposed bullying out of the hearts and minds of all CG goers. That's one of my
That would be awesome.
Yes.
That's one of my
all right, check it out. With Rich, he was arguing with a guy named Chris. Chris bought his book. He said it sucked. And Rich went off on him. And I said, hey, Rich, you might not want to do that. This dude, he read your book. You might want to ask him why it sucked and what he didn't like about it. Rich got mad at me, told me to shut up. And I said, Rich, you keep going, and I'm going to start in on you. And then he kept going. So then I started in on him. Simple as that. Is there a problem?
Well, Mr. Mike, you probably caught Richard at a bad time. that sounds like a bad time, and you said the wrong thing at the worst possible time.
Rich was being very crass, and he and B.A. Turner and a few others were starting. They were mad at Mike. They were starting to make sexual jokes about me, which happens all the time, right? It's not like it's new, but that's the thing, is like, are you fighting for a society where that's okay? Or do you have more standards than that? Are you going to go around and say, hey, shut your mouth? Like everything's behind a keyboard, so it's kind of hard, but that's how you have to play. It's nowadays. But it doesn't mean that Mike and I are full of hate and vitriol for these people. In fact, we couldn't care less. We really couldn't.
There you have it. They don't listen, guys out there. I think what we need to do is like we need to talk to each other. We really need to talk to each other, folks.
Yep.
And by the way, Stimulated Cynic said he's gonna start bullying more. All right, Stimulated. All right, man. Yay! You know,
We've really had no choice but to grow hard, like for like get thick skin, and like that movie Grit Hard, but with Kevin, what's his name, that comedian, like
Kevin Hart.
Yeah, Kevin Hart. Yeah, get hard. Like we've had to thicken up, and we've had to get strong. But that doesn't mean that we hate everybody or anything like that. It just means if you talk shit, we might talk shit to you back, because you know what? You shouldn't be talking shit in the first place. You should come to us and you should have a civil conversation, because we're more than willing to do that. Right. We can talk intellectual, we can talk philosophical. Everything is up for debate, and we're totally chill people. But if you come at us and you start spitting on us, like, what do you expect? You know, right. I think the woke shit started, and it happened because no one stuck up for anything. And that's something I've been saying about the comics industry for years. When I first got into it, the first thing I noticed was how ironic it was that everybody who drew and wrote superheroes had absolutely no spine. They didn't stand up for anything. They let everything slide. And that's just, I'm not about that.
Those were their careers. They're not going to sit back and stand up to the people who got power. You know, they're like if I'm a writer or artist at Marvel or DC, and I sit back and stand up for somebody, my ass is out the door. Where I'm going to go to work.
Exactly. So that can't be what we grow here. Well, if you guys want to ever grow into something successful and functional, you have to have people like Mike and I cutting down through the bullshit. Right. Otherwise, all you're doing is growing another mainstream 2.0 with no spines, no morals, a bunch of grifters coming in who think that they can just say, I love everybody and cash in.
That's what's happened. That's what's happened to YouTube over the past 8 or 9 years, is that the grifter spirit has gotten here. The grifters tell you what to watch. They tell you what to read. They tell you what's good. They tell you what's bad. And the only thing they want from you is not your views. They just want the super chats. They just want the clout. They just want the follows. And I think that's ridiculous. I can't believe that those many mindless people who sit back every Friday and Saturday night going to these mindless people to sit back and let them tell you what you can and cannot watch, who sucks, who don't suck, and what movies that you should not watch because it's woke. It's incredibly stupid. Yep. And it goes against the free market, and it's a lot of shit. And it's a lot of shit out here that I want to just take down, because it needs to be taken down, you know, because it's been here for too long. It's infected all the media. You know, it's been hijacked by the culture warriors, you know, the people who's like, this is our culture. Fuck you. This doesn't belong to you. Disney don't belong to you. Marvel don't belong to you. DC doesn't belong to you. None of these entities belong to you. These are companies out there putting out product for everyone to enjoy. If you don't enjoy it, make it your own fucking self. Well, at that point, Mike and Mindy, thank you for joining the show. And I'll hopefully have you all in the future. And I will do a follow-up show to everything she's going to send me tonight in my little bitty inbox. So thank you guys for showing. And
don't forget my song.
Oh yeah, please. And thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. Now we're going to play this song. And it better not be a song about. It better not be a song about French fries, because I'm hungry. All right, the song about French fries.
No.
Okay, we're gonna play it. All right, let's play this song.
I'll produce it. Say when.
When.
Yeah. Joe Chance. Yeah.
Yo, it's BOOBS, back with a vengeance. Stage set ablaze, we in attendance. Gaylords got three, the crowd's going wild, but behind the scenes, it's chaos compiled. Ripper made plots and furries collide. Cosplayers battle with pride worldwide. Some giants praise past, giving the fiends a fade, while BOOBS stands tall, no fear today. Conventions a war zone, it's out of control. For feminist cosplays, a skirmish patrol. It's madness, it's epic, a clash of the greats. BOOBS on a mission, rewriting her fate. Unhinged! BOOBS and some try in the fight, facing Rob's Hayes in the cosplay spotlight. Unhinged! This ain't your average sale. It's BOOBS versus chaos, and she will prevail. side, current fans clash with the Ripper crew amid duct tape gloves and a Salem witch brew. Hey, Lord Father's racking a twisted embrace, but Boobs is the one putting truth in the race. Sunshine's quick, wielding cosplay props while fans scream loud as the drama pops. Lady Meth in the wings, scratching at walls. Boobs and Sunshine racing down perilous halls. Let the real show begin, shadows come alive. Mechanical frogs whir, the stakes hit high. Boobs in her element, taking no flack. With a mic in her hand, she's ready to clap back. Unhinged, Boobs bringing fire and fame in this wild, twisted cosplay game. Unhinged, breaking walls, making waves in a world gone mad. She'll never be swayed. So grab your tickets, it's the clash of the year. Boobs stands tall with no ounce of fear. Issue 3's the drop, the legend unfolds. This is Boobs, where the story's untold.
Yeah. Joe Chance. Yeah. Unhinged.
All right. All right. Yeah.
It's
Cool.
amazing. Like,
Yeah.
good job.
Nice, man. Hey, and you said this is going to be for what and when will it be released?
It's going to be for the trailer, the video trailer that's going to go up on Kickstarter. We'll have it probably live within the next 7 days.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll probably come on the show. We can do a big promo party for it, and
Thanks, man.
yeah, do a big celebration. But let you know, like I'm in your corner. I'm in everyone's corner. You know, as long as you guys want to be humble and peaceful, I'm in your corner. And as long as you promote and do it in a great way of making good seed comics for not just yourself, but for people to see you to enjoy it, I'm down for it, man. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. But thank you for showing up.
Thank you.
Have a
Alrighty,
great
bye.
day. All right, bye. Mike, you leave too, Mike.
I'm going.
You get out of here, Mike. You stay. Dang. Jesus Christ. All right, folks. So I learned a lot today. Got through a lot. And try to break down some of the stuff, and I want to do this for a lot of people, not just for the Wheelers, but for a lot of other stuff that I hear. I'm tired of getting facts from posts. I'm tired of getting asking people for proof of something, and they show me like Reddit posts and shit like that. I'm tired of being manipulated. I'm tired of being lied to. I'm tired of only one side of the story, and that's the best side of the story. I want all sides of the story. I want the truth and nothing but the truth, and I hope you guys got something out of this, because the whole thing was to come into this asking the questions that bother me, the questions that bother them, the things that people post, things that people keep bringing up, and I want to just for everybody, not just for the Wheelers, but for everybody. I think there's a way in this sector, this independent sector of comics, that I'm very, very in love with, is that we don't need to be at each other's throat over here. You can't handle the truth. We don't have to be at each other's throats. We could be, filling each other's pockets. There's money to be made here, folks. And I think if we all started to think about how much money can be made in this industry, this independent industry of comics, people understand that the less we fight, the more we make. The more we take on the roles as how can I put it, friends and promoters of other people's stuff, the more the bounty. But there's a lot of people in this atmosphere who don't believe that. These people in this atmosphere who want to tear you apart, who want to destroy you, take you down, and off you off the net, and embarrass you to where you have no choice but to leave and give up, and all the talent that has all the time, not just the talent, but all the time wasted going back and forth over senseless, stupid arguments. Could have been time on a project, completing it, getting it out to people who love your work, to in return get money. My whole thing is not just about making peace. but to put money in the artist and writer's pocket by cutting down on the bullshit, the frustration of being an artist. It's hard enough that you're on your own making your own book, but then you have to get on fucking Twitter, YouTube, and hear people saying stupid shit about you. And like I said, it's not just the Willers, it's a lot of people. Even Ethan gets this issue. Ethan got people talking shit about him. And the thing is, I want to get these people who talk about Ethan too and ask them, why are you saying the things you say? What's the purpose? That's why we have the CG Church. That's why we have Good Morning CG. That's why we have a show like mine and other shows like mine. We need to have more shows that are not here to tell you what to like and what to hate, but shows to enlighten you about things that are out there for you to enjoy. You know, that's how we're going to break the grifter spear. That's how we're going to turn all this bullshit into positive shit. You know, so on that note, folks, it's your boy One Gun, and I'll see you in the future. Peace out, folks.